Good afternoon. Okay, that's a little bit better. Well, welcome to the 2011 Golden Bishop Awards. My name is Kimberly Goldsberry, and I'm your Dean of Students. It's my honor to be here with all of you on a very exciting day, along with our bishop and some very special superheroes that I think deserve some acknowledgement for being so brave today. I'd also like you to join me in welcoming the two gentlemen on the stage with me, Dr. Rock Jones, the president of Ohio Wesleyan University, and Dr. Craig Ullum, the vice president for student affairs. Well, it is the Golden Bishops, and there are a great number of talented, dedicated, and loyal student leaders in our midst. I hope that each of you are receiving awards and praise that's much deserved for all the contributions that you've made, not only to the Ohio Wesleyan community, but beyond. Your biggest fans surround you tonight, this afternoon, the Ohio Wesleyan faculty, staff, family, and friends that have joined us today. We have all closely followed your collegiate careers. We've supported you in putting on events, purchased tickets to endless concerts and performances, and we've also, contributed to the fundraisers and charity events, as well as watch you grow and delight in your success along the way. This is our time to thank you for all of your passion, dedication, and contributions to your campus community. A few reminders before we get started. Please turn off your cell phones. We want to avoid that embarrassing ring. Also, note in your program that there are descriptions of the individual awards themselves, because our presenters will spend the majority of their time speaking about the recipients as individuals. Well, let's get this celebration started. Please join me in welcoming our first presenter of the afternoon, Mr. Richard Kinsley, the Executive Director of the Ohio Campus Compact.
Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to be here today to present the Ohio Campus Compact Charles J. Ping Award for Student Community Service. Ohio Campus Compact is a statewide nonprofit organization working with Ohio colleges and universities to support and promote student and institutional participation in community service, service learning, and civic engagement. Ohio Campus Compact is currently housed on the campus of Denison University, and we're one of 35 state compacts across the country with a national office in Boston, Massachusetts. As a nonprofit, we're governed by a board of directors, and I'm pleased to say that Dr. Rock Jones is a current board member with Ohio Campus Compact. The Charles J. Ping Award, named in honor of Charles Ping, past president of the Ohio University and one of the founders of Ohio Campus Compact, is designed to recognize and honor undergraduate students who provide outstanding contributions and leadership to community service on their campuses and within their local communities. This award is a statewide award granted annually to only a handful of students from across the state. To be eligible, a student must be nominated by the president of their college or university, complete an essay, and provide documentation of their leadership and work. This year, in partnership with State Farm Insurance, we are recognizing 14 students with this award. In addition to a certificate of recognition, the top 5 Ping Award winners also receive a $500 legacy honorarium to be given to the student's charity or community partner of choice. And it's my pleasure today to present this award to Magdalena Jacobo. We're recognizing Magdalena for a number of her volunteer work in a number of agencies and organizations here in Delaware County, but in 2 for particular, one for Action for Children and the other for Habitat for Humanity for Delaware County. And we have a check for $250 in her name to Habitat for Humanity of Delaware County. We have Habitat folks here today? Yes. If they want to come up and receive a check here, we'll be glad to do that. And the second $250 check in Magdalena's name goes to Action for Children. So congratulations.
Thank you. I'm sure there will be light again. Our superheroes are hard at work, don't worry. I'm going to call forward Sue and Sally to present our next grouping of awards. Sue Pastor and Sally Lieber.
Good afternoon. I would like to call to the front Chelsea Keller, Molly Johnson, Roxanne Damo, Alexa Vonderems, Kyra Miller, Carlton Levert, Hannah Berger-Butler, Ezuga Onakusi, Heather Whirling, Tim Albin, Sylvie Hundley, and Jay Blackman. And while they're coming up, let's give them a round of applause, and you can just line up right here. Slide up right here in front of me so I can point down to you and talk about your achievements. Okay, I am here to present the Columbus Initiative Award for Excellence in Tutoring and Mentoring. And these graduating seniors have given hours of time, boatloads of patience, and great love and commitment to the children of Linden Elementary School, our partner school in Columbus, Ohio. Each of the students you see here before you have spent over 200 hours at Linden Elementary School, and a few of them have spent almost 500 hours of their college career helping the kids at Linden. Some have volunteered their time to tutor, others have accessed their work-study funds. And it's important to note that working with the Columbus Initiative is a really active job. Where some work-study jobs allow students to do more study than work, the Columbus Initiative is a lively commitment, a job that is never dull, a job that only works well if you give your best effort every day. I'm sure that some of them have regaled you with stories of their life and times at Linden, and I'm here to tell you that all of the stories are true and they haven't probably been embellished one bit. So it is with great gratitude that I commend and honor these students. They have big hearts, true civic commitment, and today, most of all, my enduring thanks for caring about those amongst us who have the least and need the most guidance and care.
Will the community partners please come forward? The Bridge Builder Awards are for exemplary service which benefits the greater Delaware County area. Nominations for this award come from our nonprofit agency partners, and this year we are recognizing an unprecedented number of students, which tells me that we've got a lot of people out in the community making a difference. The Delaware County Juvenile Court Team Mentoring Program is directed by Patty Cram, and she has nominated Caitlin Lentz, Rebecca Pollard, and Molly Johnson. If you'll come on down. Each of them are being recognized for their dedication to making a difference through their hours of tutoring and mentoring each of the girls that they have been matched with. Because of Caitlin, Rebecca, and Molly, the young girls have grown emotionally, academically, and in self-esteem, and in their family relations. Thank you for your caring service in partnership with the Team Mentoring Program. The VITA program, which stands for Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, the students who volunteer with that program are supervised by our community partners Diana Rice and Camille Orr. And this year we are recognizing Roxanne Damo and Ming No. Can you come forward? The Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program offers free tax help to low to moderate income people who cannot prepare their own tax returns. VITA volunteers are required to attend in-depth training and serve from 4 to 6 hours per week between the months of January and April, almost coming to an end now, helping people to fill out their income tax returns. Last year, VITA volunteers helped to bring back $1 million in tax returns to Delaware County. This is such important work, and thank you very much. Unable to attend today were Ben Wallingford and Lynn Cook from the Global Village Collection. They are a wonderful team together, and I won't bother to tell you about them because they're not here. Ben is on his way to the Boston Marathon to watch his father run. God bless him. The Willis Big Brothers Big Sisters program is a school-based mentoring program which brings together Willis Intermediate School, Ohio Wesleyan University, and Big Brothers Big Sisters. Representing the program today are Carrie Rope of Big Brothers Big Sisters. Carrie, raise your hand. And Heidi, who used to play sports in school when she was your age. I can't believe I just said that. Have nominated one individual and one group to be recognized this year for their dedication to mentoring. Heidi Kegley from Willis Intermediate School. She's the principal there, and we all look up to her. It's my last time to do this. I'm going for broke. The individual we're recognizing is Ian Reed, and he couldn't be here today, I think. But he has dedicated 2 years to making a difference for a young man who is incredibly deserving of our recognition as well, because he's had a lot to overcome, and I think that Ian played a very big part in that. And the other group that we are looking to recognize are the OU men's basketball team. Please come forward. You have to share one Bishop Beanie Baby. I'm sorry. For the past 2 years, the OU men's basketball team has made significant impact with the 5th and 6th grade boys they have tutored and mentored every Thursday at the noon hour. The boys have improved in academics, behavior, and in peer relationships. The men have provided consistent support and friendship to the boys who have struggled with making the difficult transition from elementary to intermediate school. Every mentor has shown commitment and integrity while serving as role models for their little brothers. Thank you so much. Valerie Wigton of the Delaware County chapter of Habitat for Humanity enthusiastically nominated Kristen Kalinowski for a Bridge Builder Award. Kristen, would you please come up? Kristen has devoted her entire senior year to serving as an intern with Habitat, and in that role she has made significant contributions to this already substantive campus-community partnership. Among her accomplishments were the creation of a professional agency display to be used for community events, organizing a Shack City event on campus in conjunction with the OU chapter of Habitat, and she helped to organize the John McCutcheon concert in partnership with the University Chaplain's Office. She coordinated publicity for Habitat's first holiday open house and helped improve the Habitat Facebook page. It goes on. She created, directed, and produced the first ever Habitalent show event, which raised over $5,600 for Habitat. In one word, she's outstanding. Thank you. Colleen Pavarini and Karen Hartman of the Grace Free Clinic nominated Chloe Hamrick for a Bridge Builder Award. Chloe, come on up. Grace Clinic is a faith-based medical ministry benefiting community members who would otherwise have very limited access to medical care and prescriptions. The clinic is held every Wednesday evening at Andrew's house and depends completely upon the services of volunteers. Chloe has been a dedicated volunteer with the clinic for the past 2 years. In that capacity, she helps with the daunting task of setting up and taking down the clinic, helping with patient flow, which involves pulling charts, taking heights and weights, cleaning and stocking treatment rooms, and escorting patients to the treatment area. Patient flow volunteers serve a key role in putting the clinic patients at ease, and Chloe has been exceptional in this regard. She has also done much to recruit other Ohio Wesleyan volunteers, providing cheerful leadership and organizing skills to the smooth management of the OWU Clinic volunteers. It has been a blessing and a true joy to have her as part of the Grace Clinic team. And I hear that Chloe plans to go to medical school after graduation. Congratulations. Sally is going to give the Patricia G. Young Award for Outstanding Leadership in Service to Children and Youth.
I would like to call up, once again, Alexa Von der Ems. The Patricia G. Young Award is given in recognition of outstanding leadership in service to youth and children. This year's recipient is Alexa. Alexa is being recognized for her significant contributions through her dedicated service to the children of Linden Elementary School through the Columbus Initiative and for her service to the Columbus youth who participate in OWU's Upward Bound program. Beyond these two programs, Alexa's reach also extends to the national level through her leadership in establishing the annual OWU Up Till Dawn event to raise both awareness and funds for the medical need of children who are treated at St. Jude's Research Hospital for pediatric cancer. And Alexa's service extends even further to the global level with her participation and leadership with the Spring Break Mission Week program at the Love and Hope Ministries for Children in El Salvador. In the many recommendation letters I have written for Alexa, I have said, Alexa is a lot tougher than she seems. I have known her to function comfortably in truly impoverished third world settings, to deal calmly and effectively in potentially volatile situations, and to stand up unflinchingly for what she knows to be right and just. No one should underestimate Alexa. She perseveres when others give up. Alexa, thank you. You deserve this award.
I know we're taking an inordinate amount of time. I hope I get a stern talking to after this is over. Each of the students that we're recognizing, and I just want to say this up front and in the middle and at the end, represents the work of many, many other students who have been involved in making a difference. And not every student that does those kinds of things can be recognized at this event. So we tried to concentrate on those who rise to the top, but I'm sure there are many others who should be getting awards today that you all know about and I know about. And I just want to say thank you all for making such a difference out in the community and on campus. You are amazing. Okay, we have 2 more awards to give out. The Sarah Pauline Casto Student Humanitarian Award is given in recognition of outstanding humanitarian service on campus and in the community. This year, we are recognizing one individual and one student group. Individually, Andrea Hatfield, was nominated by both Dr. Mary Howard and Sue Hansen, who is the executive director of Helpline. Since Sue Hansen couldn't be here, Dr. Mary, why don't you come on down and help us give this award out? You get to hold it. Andrea initiated an OWU chapter of Active Minds to reduce the stigma associated with mental illness. Now in its second year, the impact of this organization extends beyond the campus into the community of Delaware. Her work on behalf of Active Minds includes bringing a dramatic production to campus, organizing an art show, and establishing a community gathering for public testimonials. In addition to this, Andrea and 2 other students produced a class documentary which dealt with the stigma of living in a trailer park, a project which was inspired by her work as a home health aide. Sue Hansen of Helpline says of Andrea, "I have personally witnessed her commitment, compassion, and skill in working with people who are struggling with life issues. Her work on our crisis hotline has been exemplary, rivaling some of our veteran staff in skill. And her dedication to battling the stigma of mental illness and helping to promote education around mental health issues has been exceptional. We feel fortunate to have Andrea in our organization and in our community." And Sue ends with, "I have no doubt that she will continue to make a difference in all she does." Congratulations and thank you, Andrea. Will the residents of the Peace and Justice House come on down? In addition to a plaque that they get to hang on their wall at the house, and this is the case for Alexa as well, and for Andrea, their names are engraved on a plaque that hangs in the Community Service Learning Office in perpetuity. So just know that your history, your significant contributions live well long after you graduate. Throughout this year, the residents of the Peace and Justice House have been actively engaged in a host of projects and events which singularly meet the criteria for this award. While the House has always been one of the largest contributors of advocacy and service to humanitarian issues by virtue of their mission, they have particularly exemplified these values in the past academic year. The repertoire of programs put on by P&J has covered a huge variety of social justice concerns, ranging from local and domestic to international. Events have included fundraisers for education in Africa, art sales to benefit Pakistan flood relief, interfaith religious dialogue, fair trade education, leadership of Amnesty International, biking across the country for Habitat for Humanity, LGBTIQA advocacy, women's rights advocacy, assisting local homelessness agencies, artfully focusing our attention on the war in Iraq, cementing Ohio Wesleyan's relationship with the Project Espoir Children's Home in Haiti, and bringing Southern Poverty Law Center founder and civil rights activist Morris Dees to campus. Every single member of this House has passionately walked the talk while striving to live out the mission of peace and justice in their daily lives. We cannot think of a group more deserving to receive the 2011 Sarah Pauline Casto Student Humanitarian Award. Thank you and congratulations.
She stole my line, but this is the Stern talking too. I would be remiss if, and I'm Nancy Biel-Rutkowski from the Student Involvement Office, I'd be remiss if I didn't take 1 minute to thank Sue Pastors for all she's done, not only for the Golden Bishop Awards, but for our campus. And if I told you I was here before she was here, it would make me sound really old, so I won't announce that publicly. I'm proud to announce that the Campus Programming Board is the recipient of this year's Program of the Year for Dive-In Movie. If the members of Campus Programming Board could please come forward. Come on up, ladies. The Dive-In Movie was the first program of its kind at OU and was a collaborative effort between CPB and the Meek Aquatic Center. The event drew over 120 students to the Meek to swim, eat fish snacks like Pepperidge Farm goldfish, and to watch the movie Finding Nemo. What made the event extra deserving of accolades is that the entire group pulled together to put on this fantastic program. Since students from all facets of campus life participated in the Dive-In Movie, CPB hopes to make it an annual event. So you have something to look forward to next year. Thank you and congratulations to CPB. Advisors are quite important to a successful organization, and this year's Advisor of the Year is Robert Louis Charles from Black Men of the Future. Robert? Nominated by the group he advises, BMF, this is what they had to say about Robert. Robert's ideas and leadership have given us confidence and pride as an organization. He fulfills the characteristics of a great advisor. His door is always open, welcoming any member to come in and to discuss the progress of our organization or just to discuss our own academic problems or successes. Although BMF was without funding in the fall semester, Robert creatively helped the group come together to create successful programs such as Speaker Herman Boone, who was the focus of the movie Remember the Titans, and Olympic gold medalist Greg Bell. A BMF member writes, "In all our program, Robert reminds us of our mission statement, promote the positive image of the black male." Congratulations, Robert. And a group affectionately known as WINS, the Women in Science organization, is this year's Club of the Year. If they could please come forward. Come on up. WINS is a collection of students who share a passion for mathematics and the natural and social sciences. WINS strives to cultivate a love of science and to provide information to members concerning research opportunities, graduate school positions, and summer jobs. In addition, WINS brings in guest speakers like Tom McFadden, a biology rapper, arranges field trips to places like the Columbus Zoo, and participates in community service such as helping the local Girl Scout troop introduce young students to the world of science. WINS continues to grow each and every year and has regularly had over 60 people in attendance at their meetings. They would like to note today that despite the name, men are always welcome at WIN events. Simply put, as one nominator writes, WINS rocks. Congratulations, Women in Science. And now I'd like to invite to the stage Therese Stevenson.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. All right. I'm here today to present the Pete and Barbara Smith Leadership Award on behalf of the Office of Multicultural Student Affairs. My name is Therese Stevenson, Director of Multicultural Student Affairs and a proud member of the class of 1995. The Pete and Barbara Smith Leadership Award is presented to a student who, through their various campus involvements, exhibit extraordinary leadership, creates opportunity for involvement, displays dignity and value for their fellow persons. This award is named for Pete, class of 70, and Barbara, class of 74 Smith, the founders and visionary for our Student Union on Black Awareness. Their vision is their vision of a united community, leadership in unifying the community, and commitment to their community were felt in 1968 with the founding of SUBA. This year, our award recipient is Alex Bailey. This award is given to Alex Bailey this year because his leadership has changed the very fabric of Ohio Wesleyan University. From community service to the development of a mentoring program through our Upward Bound office to the leading of the OMSA or Black President's Council, and to working in Mexico with teaching and learning courses, he has become a respected mentor on the football team, and he has helped to change OMSA's organizations. Alex has demonstrated versatility in his leadership, committed himself to service to the OWU and global communities, and is dedicated to working towards an inclusive community. Alex is not only celebrated by his peers, but by faculty, staff, his fellow football players, and alumni as well. Alex plans to become a middle school teacher of history and wants to make an impact and difference in the world. I have no doubt that he will, as he already has done so at Ohio Wesleyan University.
Well, I'm back up again, and I'm just overwhelmed with all the amazing things we've already seen and the individuals that we've heard about. And we have plenty more in which we want to share some wonderful things about them. The next award we'd like to present is the OWU Spirit Award, and I'm not sure that our recipient has been able to arrive yet. She has a tennis match going on. So this person, as many of you will know, the recipient this year is Ms. Pam Quigney. And according to her nominator, Pam defines school spirit, full of energy. She greets everyone with a smile, and everyone knows her contagious laugh. Am I right? Okay. She's typically wearing red and black almost every day, and her involvement on campus life is very widespread, ranging from her involvement in athletics to her involvement with orientation and START, participating in FCA, OWAC, and the Physical Education Student Board. So while she's not able to be with us, please join me in congratulating Pam Quigney. Our next recipient, I am fairly confident, is in our audience today. The outstanding first-year student is Rachel Vinciguerra. Hopefully I said that right. If she wants to come on up. There she is. Rachel's nominator describes her as an Energizer bunny, seemingly never getting tired and full of energy as she moves from one activity to the next. And it is amazing how quickly Rachel has moved to get involved in all facets of campus life. She has enthusiastically poured herself into theater and dance, working lights, props, and construction crew for nearly every performance this year. Additionally, Rachel has danced in both Terpsichore and Orchesis. Beyond the theater, Rachel is a member of Kappa Phi, Kappa Alpha Theta, Campus Girl Scouts, the student recruitment team, and she was recently accepted into President's Club. Not forgetting the importance of academics, this honors program student successfully managed all this and maintained a 3.94 grade point average. We can't wait to see what she accomplishes next. So, Rachel, congratulations. I'd now like to call Ms. Alina Razmatova to the stage to present the WCSA Awards.
Good afternoon, everyone. WCSA recognizes the individuals who have been and still are making outstanding contributions to the student government. And if the award recipients could please step forward when your name is called. Mr. Barnes Adeyemo. Best new member of WCSA. WCSA treasurer position is a relentless flood of budget requests, frustrated organizations, meetings, and crises. This position is not for the faint of heart. To be honest, when Barnes decided to run for the position, he did not know what he was getting himself into. I am sure he never anticipated spending 12 hours on a Saturday shuffling through and allocating annual funding requests. For most, these responsibilities would demoralize, but Barnes has taken on the treasures with full force. He has demonstrated himself fully capable, even as a new member of WCSI, to take on perhaps the most demanding position in the student government. You are a fantastic addition to the team. Thank you for all your hard work. Kyle Herman. Best overall member of WCSI. Kyle Herman was an easy decision for the best member of WCSI award. Kyle has served on WCSI for the majority of his career at OU. In his service on WCSI, he transformed the student government into an organization that is important and worth paying attention to. He was often criticized for his initiative and unyielding pursuit of OU's betterment. But today, we give Kyle a much belated thank you. The successes of WCSI this year and those in the future are founded on his service. We stand on Kyle's shoulders, and we are very grateful. You are an incontestable best WCSI member of the past 2 years, and most importantly, a very dear friend. Thank you. Dr. Craig Ullum. Donald G. Chenoweth, friend of WCSI. WCSI has the pleasure of having an office space just next to Dr. Ullum, sneaking in good mornings and evening updates on the day's progress. Working with Dr. Ullum is an exhilarating, fast-paced brainstorm of ideas and goals. He brings energy to very exchange that is contagious. We would like to recognize Dr. Ullum for his relentless efforts to make OU a healthy learning environment for the entire community. With recent discussion regarding OU resident housing master plans and initiatives to make Ohio Wesleyan a healthy environment, Dr. Ullum has been an impartial voice. It is a pleasure to work with him, and we look forward to all the great outcomes from this collaboration. This is a well-deserved award. Thank you, Dr. Ullum. And back to Dean Goldsberry.
Our next two awards are the W Association Awards. Both are given to two outstanding student athletes, and I'm not certain if they are able to make it here with us this afternoon either. So I would like to acknowledge them and ask you all to recognize them. Sean Patrick, a member of the indoor and outdoor track team, has had an extremely successful career here at Ohio Wesleyan. He's been an All-American and NCAA Division III Indoor Track and Field Championship this past March. He's been a 15-time NCAC runner, 4-time NCAA Division III National Championship qualifier, and most recently holds the All-Ohio and school record in the 4x200 and 4x400 relay. Above and beyond that, he is a very committed and involved student. His significant contributions to the OU Athletic Council and planning the Bishop Champion Games for special needs track and field participants this past year are truly something to be commended. So please join me in recognizing Sean Patrick. Kayla Gordon is a member of the women's basketball and softball teams. I believe they're in a game right now. Her basketball career here at Ohio Wesleyan is one of the best. In statistics, she's in the 10th leading scorer of all times and 9th leading rebounder. These stats allowed her to be named an NCAC, should be named All NCAC the past 3 years. She is a fantastic leader both on and off the court, and Kayla is one of those that any of her teammates can go to at any time for advice, calm response, and has been a significant contributor to her team's success. Please join me in recognizing Kayla Gordon. At this time, I'd like to call Nancy Beal-Rakowski and Dr. Rock Jones back to the stage.
Good afternoon. I have the pleasure, yeah, let's do that again. Good afternoon. I have the pleasure of presenting the senior members of the President's Club. The President's Club has had a busy and successful year, making plans and hosting the President's Ball in December, serving as hosts at dozens of events at Pritchard House through the year, and developing various leadership activities and leadership initiatives on campus as well. Today we recognize the seniors who are members of the President's Club, and I will ask them to come forward as their names are called. Tim Albin. For some reason, the notes handed to me about Tim are significantly shorter than about any of the others. Tim's a fine arts major, undecided about his plans for after graduation, but those of us who know Tim know that he normally has a camera around his neck, and he is very involved in numerous activities on campus, and Tim, thank you for all that you do. Evan Bai. Evan contributed to his senior class by serving as a senior advisory member. He will spend a relaxing summer traveling around the United States and China, visiting friends and family, and in the fall he will begin his pursuit of a PhD in cellular and molecular biology at Yale University. Evan Bai. Scott Bobbitt. Scott here? Well, I'll tell you about Scott. During his senior year, Scott was admitted to the political science and mortarboard activities and societies. He served as the vice president of the Order of Omega Greek Honor Society and as senior council treasurer. If living in his parents' basement falls through, that's what it says, he will seek employment in Washington, D.C. Rachel Broomfield. Rachel has had a very busy senior year. She was vice president of Theta Alpha Phi, Terpsichore, Kappa Alpha Theta, and a resident assistant at 4 Williams Drive. She hopes to teach high school theater or find a theater job in performance after graduation. Rachel Broomfield. Megan Evans. During her senior year, Megan served as treasurer of WCSA and President's Club and was Pan-Hellenic president. She is a politics and government, history, and pre-law major. Megan Evans. Brianna Gunter. Like each of these persons, Brianna was busy her senior year. She served as president of Pet Pals and as a senior intern in the Office of Admission. After graduation, she plans to move back to her hometown of Columbus, where she hopes to work toward becoming an animal behavior specialist. Brianna Gunter. Kyle Herman. Kyle completed his term as WCSA president during the fall semester of his senior year. He's also a member of the cross-country team and a captain of the men's track and field team. He is still undecided about his plans after graduation. Kyle Herman. Hee-Jin Chun. Hee-Jin has been very busy throughout her senior year. She serves as the Student Conduct Board Chief, Resident Assistant for 35 Williams Drive, Membership Committee Director for President's Club, and she spent the entire spring semester student teaching third grade and kindergarten students. She hopes to teach in an early childhood setting after graduation. Hee-Jin Chun. Marie Krulwich. During her senior year, Marie won several honorable distinctions. She was elected Homecoming Queen in the fall and was selected as Greek Woman of the Year during the Spring Greek Awards. She plans to get involved with a nonprofit organization promoting the arts with an eye on earning her master's degree following graduation. Marie Krulwich. Sean Paul Moreau. Sean Paul has been an integral member of the President's Club, serving as a two-term president, and we would like to thank him for his leadership. He also is men's lacrosse team co-captain and a member of the Senior Class Advisory Council. His short-term plans after graduation are still up in the air, but eventually he would like to attend law school. Sean Paul Moreau. Azugo Onuwuksi. Azugo was elected into the International Economics Honor Society his senior year. After graduation, he will be working for the Ministry of Health in his home country of Nigeria. Alina Ruzmatova. During her senior year, Alina served as senior class president, organizing senior class events and raising awareness for senior class gift contributions, which yesterday successfully exceeded its goal of 60% participation. She is also a resident assistant, academic affairs intern, and international studies programs board member. After graduation, she is planning to move to D.C. in search of undiscovered fortunes and opportunities. Alina Ruzmatova. Kyle Sharif. Kyle had an eventful senior year, wrapping up his term as Sigma Chi president in the fall. During spring semester, he was initiated into the International Economics Honors Society and was a recipient of the Bishop's Trophy during the Greek Awards. After graduation, he hopes to pursue a career in finance on Wall Street or in California. Kyle Sharif. Sharday Spencer. During her senior year, Sharday served as moderator of the House of Black Culture and president of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority. She will soon begin employment at Case Western Reserve University's Upward Bound program, hoping to find work in a hospital setting. In 2 years, she hopes to start medical school to become a physical medicine and rehabilitation doctor. Sharday Spencer. Chris Sponseller. Throughout his senior year, Chris developed his passion for theater, performing in 4 OWU productions, authoring a short one-act play, and completing a full-length script titled Cracked Eggs. Following graduation, he hopes finally to catch his breath before pursuing a career in performance. Chris Sponseller. I'd just like to say a word of personal privilege, that it's been a great privilege for me to work with all of the President's Club, but in particular with these seniors. We're grateful for your leadership and for your dedication, and thank you for your work with the President's Club.
And I'm pleased to announce the newest members of President's Club. If they could please come forward as their name is called. Renisha Addison, a junior from St. Anne, Illinois. Marissa Alfano, a first-year student from Brunswick, Ohio. Alex Bailey, a junior from Leesburg, Virginia. Charles Brechtel, a sophomore from Arvada, Colorado. And yes, that is Zeke. He has a formal name and it's Charles. Callie Cornacchia, a sophomore from Essex Junction, Vermont. I hesitate to give Superman's real name away, but it is Philip Forsgren, and he's a junior from Vienna, Austria. Michael John Gatz, a junior from Delaware, Ohio. Hania Hassan, a first-year student from Lahore, Pakistan. Christopher Litzler, a first-year student from Chagrin Falls, Ohio. Alan Massou, a sophomore from Helena, Montana. Anthony McGuire, a sophomore from Wellington, New Zealand. Emily Olmstead, a junior from Alexandria, Ohio. Megan Pinto, a first-year student from Raleigh, North Carolina. Erica Reese, a sophomore from Hilliard, Ohio. Brittany Robertson, a junior from Medina, Ohio. Michelle Strong, a junior from Loudonberry, New Hampshire. Kelsey Ullum, a first-year student from Delaware, Ohio. Rachel Vinciguerra, a first-year student from Reading, Massachusetts. And Meredith Woolley, a sophomore from Nashville, Tennessee. Congratulations to all of you. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Dr. Craig Ullone for the Meek Awards.
It is a great day to be a bishop. So these very prestigious awards, the Meek Awards, were established with a contribution from Philip J. Meek and Nancy Laporte Meek, both OWU class of 1959. These awards are bestowed on seniors who have demonstrated exceptional leadership and service during their years at Ohio Wesleyan University. The award includes a financial gift credited toward existing student loans or a monetary award when there is no outstanding loan. Due to the generosity of the Meeks, this year's awards total over $7,000. So first, the Meek leaders. When I call your name, if you could please come up here with our president. Meet Megan Evans. Megan is from Shelbyville, Michigan, and will graduate in May with honors or with majors in politics and government and history and a minor in pre-law. She serves as treasurer of WCSA and is president of both Panhellenic and Kappa Kappa Gamma. A resident assistant for the Residential Life Office, Megan has also served as Chief Justice and Court Justice for the Student Judicial Affairs. Megan's campus involvement also includes her role as treasurer of the President's Club, president of the Outsiders Singing Group, and is a former treasurer, advertising co-chair, and entertainment chair of the Student Homecoming Organization. Megan volunteered for numerous activities and organizations, including Trick or Treat Street, the Red Ribbon Rally, Greek Cleanup, the Bishop Games, the Columbus Initiative, and the Clothes Drive for Common Ground. Megan worked last year as in a campaign finance firm at Washington, D.C. Her nominator writes, "One of the first things I noticed about Megan is that she is both a leader and as an individual she holds true to her core beliefs, values, and principles, as well as those of her organizations." Megan Evans. Kristen Lear. Kristen is from Cincinnati, Ohio, and will graduate Phi Beta Kappa with a major in pre-professional zoology. She is a member and chapter secretary of Mortar Board and has served in such leadership capacities as Circle K president, Campus Girl Scouts founder and co-president, pre-professional zoology representative on the Zoology Student Board, and the Freshman Honors Tutorial Program. Kristen is the recipient of a presidential scholarship and also holds other academic honors, including her designation as a Fulbright Program finalist, a Barry M. Goldwater Scholarship mention, and is the first recipient of the John N. Chase Scholarship at Ohio Wesleyan for academic promise in the field of zoology. A recipient of a Theory to Practice grant that funded her senior honors thesis, Kristen conducted research in Texas involving species preference in bat house design. So she is also an architect and a contractor, as she designed 18 bat houses while educating area residents about the importance of bat conservation. She has received recognition for numerous presentations at professional organizations. On the Delaware OWU community fronts, Kristen has volunteered at the Humane Society of Delaware County, has edited Opportunity Knox newsletter for the Community Service Learning Office, and is a student writer in the Office of Marketing Communication. Kristen is highly regarded by OWU faculty, staff, and community partners, as well as her fellow students, writes her nominator. I am certain that someday we will be reading about Kristen's work in the sciences, and we will be watching her on the National Geographic Channel. Kristen Lear. Christopher Marshall. Chris is from Georgetown, Ohio, and will graduate with a major in Black World Studies. He served as an OWU Upward Bound tutor and mentor for the past 2 summers, helping high school students to develop academically and assisting in particular first-generation college-bound students such as himself to thrive in a college environment. Chris initiated a male mentoring program, joining OWU's Black Men of the Future and male students of Upward Bound. Because of his efforts, these students have attended programs on campus and various off-campus activities. Naming this program Black Men of the Future Ambassadors, Chris has not only served as a role model for students, but through cost-sharing plans for programs and activities with Upward Bound, he has helped to leverage scarce resources. Chris has served as Black Men of the Future Vice President, has also served as the organization's historian, parliamentarian, and public relations specialist. He was elected to cabinet positions of both Black Men of the Future and SUBA. A 4-year member of the Ohio Wesleyan football team, Chris also has participated on OWU's track and field team and is regarded as both a strong leader and teammate by his coaches and his teammates. Taking his skills to the surrounding community, Chris has volunteered for Big Brothers Big Sisters, handed out food baskets to those in need during the holidays, and encourages his fellow students to join him monthly at his church in Delaware for fellowship and home-cooked meals. His nominator writes, Chris is distinctive in his leadership style because he is not one to want the spotlight, even though he has it today. He loves to express his vision, but would rather remain behind the scenes. This type of leader often goes unnoticed. But Chris has the following of many students and adults who truly believe in him. Chris Marshall. Sean Paul Moreau. Sean Paul is from Canonsburg, Pennsylvania, and will graduate Phi Beta Kappa with a politics and government major and minors in economics and international studies. He served in several leadership capacities at Ohio Wesleyan, including president of the President's Club, captain of the OWU men's lacrosse team, and is a member of the Politics and Government Student Board. Sean Paul received a Theory to Practice grant for study in Pakistan this past year to gather thoughts from people living there about the U.S. intervention in Afghanistan. A 2-time recipient of the Dale J. Bruce Top 50 Scholar Athletes Award, Sean Paul has volunteered in the Buckeye Valley Reads program, has interned for NOAA in the Department of Commerce in Washington, D.C., and has been a field organizer for the 2008 Obama campaign in Pennsylvania. Sean Paul also interned in the President's Office at Ohio Wesleyan. His nominator writes, given Sean Paul's stellar academic abilities, his ease in leadership roles of all kinds, and his natural way with people, Sean Paul is destined to do great things. Sean Paul Moreau. Alina Rusmatova. Alina, originally from Uzbekistan and currently from Pataskala, Ohio, will graduate with majors in economics and international studies. She is president of the senior class and has served in numerous other leadership roles at Ohio Wesleyan, including member and project manager of the International Studies Programming Board, publicity chair of the debate team, residential representative of WCSA, and resident assistant for the Residential Life Office. Alina was a recipient of a Theory to Practice grant that funded her research in Bosnia and Herzegovina, where she and several other students looked at post-conflict economic development. She also conducted research in Poland and Belgium about NATO and the European Union. Her service activities, near and far, have included volunteer work in a Russian orphanage, fundraising for the recent Run Through Ethiopia endeavor, and support work for both OWU's Healthy Bishop Initiative and transitioning toward a smoke-free environment at Ohio Wesleyan. A member of the President's Club and the Economic Honor Society, Alina also participates in the Economics Tutoring Program. Her nominator writes, perhaps the pinnacle of Alina's time at OWU was her work on Bosnia and Herzegovina. She gave an excellent presentation on the topic at the end of her Theory to Practice project that I was fortunate enough to attend, and she made me very proud to see what our students can do. Alina Rusmatova. This year we have 2 outstanding MEEK leaders, Chloe Hamrick. Chloe is from Columbus, Ohio, and will graduate Phi Beta Kappa with majors in biology and pre-med and minors in Spanish and chemistry. She has served in leadership capacities in a number of academic and campus activities, including co-director of the Honors Student Programming Board, president of the Pre-Health Club, a resident assistant in Hayes Hall, and a chemistry tutor and researcher in OWU's Summer Science Research Program. Chloe has been involved in several service learning groups The intercambio language exchange research fellow in microbiology and has been a research assistant at the University of Texas School of Public Health. On campus, she has worked as a tour guide for the admission office and has participated in admission-related events as a speaker and a panelist. Chloe has been elected to serve on OWU's Board of Trustees as a graduating class trustee for 3 years following graduation. Her nominator writes, "I have every confidence that whatever roles Chloe takes on throughout her life, she will always rise to the occasion and exceed everyone's expectations." Chloe Hamrick. Kyle Herman. Kyle is from Stowe, Ohio, and will graduate Phi Beta Kappa with majors in international studies and politics and government and minors in economics and philosophy. He has served as both president and vice president of WCSA, is a member of the President's Club, and captain of the men's track and field and cross-country team. Kyle initiated an OWU Theory to Practice grant proposal, Pakistani Perspectives, enabling him and several other students to travel to Pakistan to learn about the people and culture and to hear their thoughts about U.S. intervention in Afghanistan. Kyle participated on a mission team that traveled to Washington, D.C. to stay in a homeless shelter where he and his teammates did cleaning and painting, and he has also done work for Habitat for Humanity. Kyle is a participant in the Buckeye Valley Reads program and was a campus leader for the Obama presidential campaign. Kyle is a member of numerous honor societies and is serving as co-chair of the 2011 Baccalaureate Committee. His nominator writes, "Since the day he arrived on campus, Kyle has been an exceptional leader and role model for what an engaged Ohio Wesleyan student should be. He was and has been a tremendous ambassador, incredible ambassador for the university, and Ohio Wesleyan University is a better place because of his leadership." Kyle Herman. And now, President Jones.
Well, this has been an extraordinary afternoon. The Ohio Wesleyan student body is filled with leadership, but today we're in the presence of the creme de la creme. And as I think about the people whose names have been called, and as I've listened to the stories of the impact that these students have had in 4 very short years on this campus, I stand in awe. I stand in awe of your vision, of your energy, of your aspiration, and most of all, of your accomplishment. I think what impresses me most about what we have heard today is the level of creativity that is expressed, the amount of the contribution that you have made establishing new opportunities on this campus that did not exist when you arrived, so that when you leave, when you receive your diploma in about 3 weeks, and when you leave this campus to go to the many places we have described this afternoon, you leave behind a significant part of yourself. You leave behind a part of yourself that you have invested in the academic program, the contributions that you have made in the classrooms, the impressions that you have made on your classmates and on your teachers, the faculty who have been your classroom instructors. You leave behind a part of yourself and the impact on the various organizations in which you have participated here on campus, on the various organizations in which you have offered your service in the community and beyond the community in Central Ohio, across the country and around the world. You leave behind the impact that you have made in the various places where you have traveled to study, where you have traveled to serve, where you have traveled to seek a deeper understanding of the world in which we live, the complexities of that world, the complexities of the relationships that bind us together around the world. But you also leave behind a part of yourself because of those things that you have created, those things that, absent your presence over the past 4 years, would not be a part of Ohio Wesleyan. And so as you go forward to the various places where you will go, we at Ohio Wesleyan go forward strengthened by the commitments that you have made, by the service that you have rendered, by the gifts that you have provided of your time, of your intellect, of your energy, and of your service. Thank you for extraordinary commitments to this institution. Thank you for extraordinary accomplishments over the past 4 years. I also would like to echo what was said earlier and to say a very special word of appreciation to a person who has been to more than 4 of these events, but who in her current role is here for the last time. Sue Pastors, our retiring Director of Community Service Learning, who has had such an enormous impact on this campus, on students for 2 decades, and on the community by providing the connections and the partnerships between the students of this campus and the organizations of Delaware and of Central Ohio, where students have served so effectively. When Ohio Wesleyan last year was one of 3 colleges and universities in the country selected to receive the President's Award for General Community Service, that was a recognition of the work of the students. But really, folks, that was a recognition of the work of Sue Pastors, because Sue has been the energy, the vision, the passion, sometimes the prod, but she is the person who has helped call all of us to the lives of deeper service and of deeper commitment. Sue, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all that you have done. Thank you.
Well, what an amazing afternoon. If I can ask all of our recipients to stand up one last time for us to recognize them. And I told you those lights would be back. If you could all stand up for us to get one last great look at you all. Well, it's been a gift for each of us to celebrate the contributions that all of you have made, and we thank you again for all your contributions to Ohio Wesleyan and the community. Before we leave, I would like to thank some very important people who made this very day happen. Samantha Spiridelis for playing the piano during the reception. I think she's still here. Shannon Kitchen and Callie Coronaccia for both are former outstanding first-year student recipients, but they were also serving as our award assistants up front. The bishop who had to depart for other engagements, but certainly our superheroes, Michelle Rotuno Johnson and Philip Forsgren, for braving those costumes today and being so spirited. To Dr. Jones and Dr. Ullum for being here this afternoon. And to the Golden Bishops Award Committee who helped to put all of the activities, events, and awards together today. Thank you again and congratulations to all the award recipients. You truly are superheroes in our eyes. But I know that everyone's eager to offer a hug, take some pictures, have a little quality time to show your individual appreciation, but we would ask that all our superhero recipients go to the far corner, where a photographer is there waiting for you, to take a group shot of all of our recipients at one point in time. But again, thank you to everyone for joining us this afternoon. It's a great day to be a bishop.